I know you guys aren't used to seeing me in class, but I've had butterflies flying around in my mind lately. And I was thinking, butterflies remind me of our relationship with God. In Romans 12:2, the Bible tells us, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." So, what does that have to do with butterflies? Well, a butterfly starts out as a small and helpless caterpillar. A caterpillar can only crawl and eat leaves. He's not very colorful. But through transformation, he becomes a beautiful and colorful butterfly that can soar in the sky and is helpful to his environment by pollinating the flowers. This beginning is the same for our walk with God. We begin very small and we need to eat and grow. Well, what do we eat and how do we grow? We attend church and we read and study our Bible and we pray. Then we begin to change. Change isn't easy. It takes time and it takes work. A caterpillar enters a chrysalis and begins to change into a butterfly. This change can take days and sometimes it can even take weeks. This change probably is hard too. We can't see the changes going on inside the chrysalis, but we can see the results of the change. Once the caterpillar emerges, he has become a beautiful and colorful butterfly. When we accept Jesus into our hearts, he begins to change us inside too. We can't see these changes either, but we can see the results of these changes. Maybe before we were stingy and didn't want to share our toys, and then we learned how to share. Maybe we were angry and said mean words. Now we want to speak with kindness and love. Or maybe we weren't very helpful. And now we have a desire to help others. Well, what if a caterpillar decided that it's too hard to change? He's not going to do all that hard work. It's not any fun. What if he decided to be a caterpillar forever? Well, the caterpillar would be missing out on all the gifts that God has for him. He would stay small. He would only crawl for his whole life. He wouldn't get any colors. And he wouldn't be very helpful. He wouldn't be what God has planned for him to be. He would miss out on the gift of flying and the colors that make him so beautiful. And he would miss out on completing the job that God has planned for him to do. We're the same way. Sometimes God points out things inside of us that we need to change. And if we refuse to change, we just decide it's too hard and I'm not going to do it. Then we are not receiving the gifts that God has planned for us. We are not growing into the person that God has planned for us to become. And we're not going to receive the gifts that God has in store for us. We need to allow God to work in us and transform us into the beautiful creations that He has planned for each one of us. God designed caterpillars and butterflies, and God designed us too. And just like the caterpillar transforms into the beautiful and helpful butterfly, when you allow God to make changes inside of you, you will become the beautiful and helpful person that He has planned for you to be. So I pray that you allow God to move inside of your heart and to make the changes that He wants to make, to transform you into the beautiful person that I know you are. These changes won't always be easy, but they will be well worth it. So let's remember what Romans 12:2 says. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that we may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. So let's all be transformed for God's glory and God's will. Bye.